Jeff here, aka Cave Tracks, and for quite some time I've been trying to work out the best way to have a live Dawless setup that I can transport around, because one of my goals for this year is to get out and play live and develop the confidence to do so. And there's a bit of a journey playing around with different hardware that I own and different configurations, and nerding out on an awful lot of YouTube clips and people who've done the same. I'll put some shout outs to those people in the comment section. And so if you're interested in this little bit of my journey, hope you can stick around for a little bit longer, and I'll take you through the process as painlessly as possible. Peace. Okay, so here's the finished product. UDG case, rock solid, nice strong reinforced corners, clasps on the side just out of camera here that are super tight when it's locked down. Beauty of this case is when you lift the lid out, you can actually remove the whole lid. Whole lot of foam there. Just some extra bits of picker foam just to lock the deck savers in place. For those of you who are a bit OCD, you might notice the Poly synth is missing its deck saver, which is still on back order. Anyway, this is the setup. Self-explanatory pieces of hardware. Octatrack Mark II, running EasyBot's Hyper Effects template. Shout out to him, he's been a real inspiration to me in terms of going Dawless. Deluge, Ableton Move, and the newest member of the crew, Poly Synth. Made a little clip about the Poly Synth and my first sort of week with it, which I'll put a link to somewhere up in the corner. Trying to point like they do on the fancier clips up here somewhere. So, deck savers off. Fairly quick, painless process. It's all powered up by a portable power bank. And that power bank is this high-tech world. It's got a AC for the Octatrack. Everything else I can run via USB. Got a ripcord for the Deluge. The Move's USB-C. Polygon's USB as well. So that makes it all pretty easy and portable. This thing seems to have lasted forever. Used it for hours and hours and it hasn't run out of juice. Highly recommend. And I'll take you through a little bit of the cabling. So the thing I'm loving about this setup is how neat and tidy it looks on the surface, and underneath is the dog's breakfast. So I'll give you a quick look at that. Each of the synths, the hardware is stuck down, you can see fairly firmly. Got quite a large bit of Velcro on each of them, and this stuff is just ridiculously strong. Once these things are locked in place, they're not going anywhere. So they're both pretty nicely fixed on there. This little riser here is also set up with Velcro, so it can lift out completely. And we'll get this out and give you a bit of a look at what's underneath. Okay, just take all that in. So the main brain is the Move, and the Move is sending MIDI over USB to the Octatrack. Octatrack's MIDI out is going into the Deluge. Poly Synth is sort of a lone bandit, and it's just running its audio into the Move, which I'm using for sampling. So Move goes into the AB inputs of the Octatrack, Deluge into the CD to let me make use of the HyperFX template by EasyBot. And then for power, these are the three cords that power up everything by the Octatrack. So we've got the Move, ripcord for the Deluge, the USB for the Poly end will go into the power bank. And I've tried the Octatrack with a ripcord, but it's a bit unstable. It seems to cut in and out. So got the actual power bank for the Octatrack. It's running through 240 on a little inverter on the power bank. And as I said, the beauty of having this setup is all the cabling's tucked away when I set up I can just take these out, plug them into the power, Octatrack in. This is the main out for the Octatrack, so out of here. And the beauty of this is I've got a couple of options. This can go into my little TX6 mixer if I want to record a mix. And I have a set of the AI or III wireless speakers, the low latency ones. I'll put a link to those. And there's a little dongle that connects to that. I'll put a link to that as well. Amazing piece of kit. You'll get to see it when I have a jam with this and record it. Okay, that's probably enough rabbiting on. The beauty of this thing is, as long as I get my sort of angles right here, this all just drops neatly back down and in. Just got to make sure we get a nice clean seat here on this side. This is the main issue. Tuck in there. This is locked down. This cord's a bit stuck there, but get that in. And then, yeah, rock solid. Power setup's pretty straightforward. These are the USB powers. So power bank here, DC from here, gives you a little meter here, lets you know how you're going. Use it for about 2 or 3 hours and it's 1 bar down so far. Ripcord for the deluge into here, USB for the synth here, USB for the move here. You'll notice the light flick on there for the little USB MIDI adapter, and then off you go. Power for the Octatrack is through this AC. You might have heard the fan start up there. There's a little bit of fan noise when it's running the inverter, but when this is sort of placed behind me, that's negligible and you don't notice it, but it is something to be mindful of. And then off you go. Power, everything. Octatrack, as I said, AC, because I had a ripcord previously, but it just kept dropping in and out, so I'd be in the middle of something and the power just cut and then it'd start up again. So decided to go with something more stable, and there you have it. All 4 devices running, soon to be able to run for hours, and it's a pretty beefy little lithium battery in here. Alright, so here we are with the power all set up. Got the actual unit up and running. This is our III wireless transmitter, and it's sending signals to a pair of these speakers. Just got one on camera here. It's a low latency Bluetooth sort of connection. Sensational. I'll give you a quick test run. Volume up. So there you go. One important thing to know is just I'm running the wireless transmitter for the III transmitter. I'm running it through this little power bank here, not through this big battery, because I was getting sort of like some ground loop noise. So it was important to have this away from all these cords and this power source. But other than that little issue which I had to play around with the sort, it seems rock solid. And I'll do a couple of little jams out and about, and you can maybe follow one of those videos for a bit more info of how it actually goes when you're playing live. Thanks for watching. Peace. Hope you learned something or it was useful in some way.